Okay, now we're going to try a different thing called font size. So I'm going back, finding the font size command. Now this one, there's a little more to it. These are all the different values you can use. You can use a word description. So I can say font dash size. I could say medium, extra small, extra small. So I can go by word. Or I could specify by a size in pixels or other things. Let's play this one and see what it's like. Oh, here, look at this. So this is 10 pixels. Here's 20 pixels. Here's 50%. Here's 150%. We can use some of these words as well. Cool. So I can specify by pixels or percent of the default. Cool. What does initial do? Initial and medium are the same. All right, so let's go to so we're going to use, I say we stick with pixels. Okay, I think we need a little paragraph. So right after the body tag, let's put a paragraph in and let's type something where it is going to be more than one sentence, like twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. There's always supposed to be a body tag. Always. Always, always. Okay, let's go to the top. Let's style the paragraph. How do I start? If I want to style that paragraph, how do I start? P. Curly bracket and a closing curly bracket. Okay, some of you really need to work on your maturity. I've never had a more immature group of freshmen in my life. That's not a compliment. Okay, so we were talking about font dash size, colon, and I'm going to say 20px to start. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'll move this down. And now we should see I sure hope people are following along because I'm not going to be very forgiving when things aren't working for people. I'm not going to lie. Okay, back to CSS. Let's click on just the regular old font tag because I think now we're in a position where we can use it. So now you're familiar with font families and sizes, and you're also familiar with the font style. So the thing that you need to understand is the format. So here is the CSS syntax, and I think we need to get our notes out so we can write this down. Okay, you guys, really, if you're going to get up and move, you don't need to make a big spectacle of yourself. If you're distracting me, you're distracting somebody else, and that's not fair. There's plenty of kids who didn't get into this program that wouldn't act like the way some of you are acting. It's not fair you're affecting everybody's education. Some kids here want to learn. And the ones that are still talking over at me, maybe you shouldn't be here. So the CSS syntax for font, This will allow us to specify multiple items in one command. And you don't have to put everything in, but it starts with the property font. So that's your property. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could put in after that. You can put in a font style. So that would be the normal, italic, or oblique. So I'm going to draw a couple things like shooting off the top of it, italic, oblique. That's an example. The next thing you could specify would be the font variant. I'm not even sure what that is. We'll look that up in a minute. Font weight. We'll look that up in a minute. Font size, we did that. And then you could do font family. And then there's a bunch of other stuff we can do as well. So if I move this down a little bit, or up a little bit, you can see some examples. So font style, italic, so we can bold as well. That must be font variant. The font weight or size, the font family, the font and the font family. Did I miss one then? Font style, font variant, font weight, font size, font family. Oh no, that's right. Let's look up font variant and font weight. Font variant is small caps. I've never used that. Normal, small caps, initial, inherent. Never used it. We're probably going to skip it. Font weight would be things like bold, normal, or some kind of weight. So let's go back to our notes. So font weight is where we would say something is bold. And all of these things are considered to be values. And if we're following what we did before, whoops, move this down, put this back. I'm going to go ahead and click on the font tag again. And notice, that's a good thing I checked that because I was just going to mess up. Notice that when we're using these items, there's no commas between them, except for right there. So let's write down an example. So I'm going to do the example kind of in here, that's in here right now. So you could say font. We could do it, our style could be italic. We could do bold. Let's just pick a size. Let's pick 20 pixels again. I did, it's right there. I'm changing the example just a little bit. And then we would say Georgia, comma, serif for our font family. Now we have not styled the H6, so why don't we do that with that styling? So back to the top. Okay, I'm about 30 seconds away from a seating chart. And I'm not kidding. I'm going to say font, italic, space, bold, space. Let's make it not 20. Let's make it like 50. Let's make it really. Oh, that's just not going to make sense though. Never mind. Because age 6 is already a small size, so that would be dumb.